Sub Battlers, Sam Battlefields here. This is the third take of this particular video. I'm looking to do it on UFC BJJ. The reason why it's a third take is because I keep losing my fucking mind with people on the road. I need to get this horn fixed. It is absolutely and utterly insane how stupid people are. But anyway, UFC BJJ. What are my thoughts? Well, I'm about 6 episodes in, dropping them back to back. I think straight away they're not giving it any kind of gravitas, any kind of recognition that BJJ or grappling deserves within the combat sport community. Straight off the bat, like that whole reality TV contrived, you know, fucking, oh, we're gonna get everyone together and then, like, you know, do a you fucking fighters speech. But even Dana's heart's not in it. You can see Dana's heart's not in it, weirdly, because you know he's a fan of BJJ. You know he is. But he's like, one of the parts of his speech, this is going to do for BJJ what Tough did for MMA. And it's like, come on, bro. BJJ did for MMA more than anything. So stop acting like it's this cyclical thing. If it wasn't for grappling, we wouldn't have the UFC. Like, if it wasn't for BJJ, we wouldn't have the UFC. You can acknowledge that at least. And then they fucking drop back-to-back episodes, so to keep up with it, you have to be fucking... Yeah, you have to be able to watch something every night. I mean, it's 20 minutes, okay. You know, I imagine in America there's like ESPN or something. I don't know what it's on now. I don't follow that stuff. But, you know, imagine my shock when I fucking have lunch today, look at YouTube, and UFC BJJ 1 is underway, and it's fucking 2.5 hours in. And only after I see it on UFC, on YouTube, the live event on YouTube, only after that do I get the fucking notification through the UFC app that it's gone fucking live. And I'm paying for that fucking BJJ fucking subscription. I'm not paying for the full subscription, but I'm still paying like, what, $6 $6 a month just for the BJJ stuff. Because I'm like, I used to watch a ton of UFC. I haven't for ages. Just not really interested. I mean, I am interested, but not to the same extent I was, say, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. But yeah, so I'm fucking... So, it's not given its gravitas. He's acting... They're acting like... The reason why they're doing it, we know this, is because they saw ONE FC and they saw CJI actually capture a section of the market that they weren't really paying that much attention to. It was on the app. I bet you they've got fucking heaps of data around Polaris and fucking all the other events that are on that are on the UFC app. I'm sure the Fight Pass Invitational and all that kind of thing. Like, I fucking watch those. I'll watch them. You know, they've probably got a heap of data and they've gone, ooh, we've probably slept on this. maybe we need to fucking own some of this market instead of just hosting, you know, some of these things. Like, I don't understand what I do now. Well, you know, the Fight Pass Invitational. Why didn't they just expand that out? Well, clearly because they wanted to take some of that sweet CJI money, and you know, now that they've got the bowl or the octagon bowl or whatever they want to call it. Yeah, even that seems disingenuous, you know, like, oh, we've got an octagon that's got curved sides. Okay, what does that mean? Like, I don't know. I don't like the episode. Oh, that was the other thing. If you watch the fights or the fights on the throughout the season, they're not putting the timer down the bottom, which shows that, and then you can see like jumps. So they obviously are trying to be like, oh, it needs to be exciting, and some of this stuff isn't exciting. It is if you're into BJJ, if you're into grappling, like those kind of semi-stalled out things. Like obviously, if it's stalling, call them for stalling. But some of those micro battles, you know, they are part of grappling and they are exciting to a grappler. So, you know, trying to appeal to the MMA audiences, I don't see it happening. They're looking for the hits, you know. But if you want some of that BJJ audience, you have to show it in the fucking in the raw and uncut version. You know? Feels better when it's raw and uncut, he said. Yeah. I don't know if they've fixed that up later on in the series, but I just don't see how a production crew could kind of differentiate that, you know. And they still, a couple of people have made the points that the angles that they're taking are as if they're about to stand back up, you know. I think Alex said, you know, that they film the bouts as if they're an MMA bout, so it's like, yeah, they're about to get up and stand and bang again. I hadn't really sort of taken note of that, but it's an interesting observation, so I figured I'd put it here. But I think the biggest thing for me was the jump cuts, like, and trying to make it this exciting little thing when, if you're into grappling, you're not going to need that. You don't really give a fuck. And if you're doing that to keep within the time limit, like you know, an episodic time limit, I don't know. Why bother at that stage? You know, like one of the issues. Well, not issues, but one of the things that they're doing is like the whole narrative, which, you know, is what sort of drove a lot of the later seasons of. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Two fucking retards! I am extremely sorry for that, but I can't believe, literally, I'm going to leave it at that, actually. Sam Battlefields, I'm sorry for yelling in your ears, guys. I can't believe how much fuckery is out on the roads.